position to make a run. But what's the biggest danger there, Jesse?
Well, they need to avoid complacency. Top 5 tells me you've got potential. You were a good team a year ago. You got a lot of talent. But there's going to be a lot of really tough games on the schedule this year, David. So why not start early right here in week 1 and come shooting out of the can?
Shooting out of the can with a start where everybody gets to look at, see how good you are. And that first impression is really big, right? Like, you can start climbing early and really get high marks on people's heads at the start of the season.
It on the return. He couldn't find much running room there. Didn't get a lot of blocking, and he'll step out of bounds. See if they can turn this drive into points. They've got it first and 10 at the 50. Are in the hurry-up. Guys, let's take a minute here and talk about Texas A&M. Everybody uses the portal to varying degrees. Sometimes you just fill the exact right hole that you want. These teams, they start this season not a ton of new faces here, Jesse.
They didn't, but I don't think it's because there was a lack of effort on the part of the coaches, David. I think they believe they've got the roster in place now to have success.
Yeah, because when you bring people in, a lot of times you tick people off on your own roster. So when you only bring a few in, you cherry-pick some elite talent and some real concerns that you have, sometimes it just addresses everything you need.
On 3rd and short, so well move the chains. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down.
I love that play call by the offensive coordinator because on 3rd down, you throw a bunch of wide receivers out there. Everybody on defense thinks you're going to be throwing the football. Instead, you hand it off to your running back, and he shows great vision. He knows where the sticks are, picks up the first down. And this offense, they've got some momentum going now.
Back to throw, it's Harden. Makes the grab on the line. Ripping off a good chunk inside the 25, and they're set up with a first down. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. This Texas A&M offense is wasting no time. Motion from the wideout. One running back in the backfield, and he has it. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Well, this is a defense that we know takes tons of pride stopping the run. That's where it all starts and ends with them, and you saw a great effort on that last play.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Back to pass. Inside the 20, and they snuff out the threat. Going the other way, and he's got room. The 20. Just one moment, and all of a sudden, the fortunes turn.
You're in a position where you're about to give up points, and now you flip that around and points on the board. Perfectly executed. What do you do in an interception? First guy blocks the intended receiver. Everybody else starts to form a wall where the ball's going. Nice blocking, nice interception, nice return for the touchdown.
And he's got the extra point, and it's 7-0 to start this one. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little room out of this crowd. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Down 7-0, then left to get a drive going here. Pressure coming. Down he goes, and that is the last thing this offense needs right now. This pressure from the defensive front is overwhelming, much like when three-time All-American David Pollock played on the Georgia defensive front. Whatever happened to that guy?
A washed-up old guy. I heard bad things about that guy. But no, when you look at these defenses Georgia's had, these dominant defenses, man, it's just big, physical guys up front. You think about the Jordan Davises and the Trayvon Walkers of the recent past, just guys that dominate a football game. You have to know where they're at every snap.
And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. They were trying to find the edge there by swinging it out to the right, but there was no room to run.
Yeah, in order for that play to work, they're going to have to get better blocking up front. Those receivers and tight ends, they've got to do a better job getting a hat-on-hat and give that running back a chance to go somewhere with the ball.
They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. Dropping back, it's Hart. Shoots it to the left. They'll make the stop about a yard short of the first down.
Well, it's a nice job tackling on defense. I know one guy missed, but you saw the effort. Other guys coming and flying to the football. They knew how big that 3rd down was. They had to get the stop to give themselves a chance to now get off the field.
And the offense stays on the field on 4th and 1. I'm not sure they're just trying to make the defense jump. I believe they think they can get it. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down.
Wow, and that was just a bang-bang play. On that 4th down, the coverage was tight. QB had his receiver. He knew where he wanted to go with it, but the only way that ball gets completed is if he puts a little extra mustard on it, and he shows you the arm talent on the throw.
Looking downfield on 1st down. Makes the tackle up to 46, but it's a 15-yard gain to get them into plus territory. How long have the Aggies been fishing for jumbo plays like that one?
Just dying for it. They just want high-flying offense. They want fun. They want excitement. They had it back in the day with Johnny Manziel. Been searching for those big-time plays, that big-time offense since that point.
Texas A&M ready to go with another 1st down. Looking to throw on 1st down. Catch in the middle, it's Cooper. Nice gain on that play, but leaves it a little short of the 1st down.
Slant routes, they're good against man coverage, but they're good against zone coverage too. If that receiver can find the soft spot between the linebacker and the DB, you'll take that throw all day.
And the Aggies in a good spot here with 2nd and short. Gives it on the option. Space downfield. They make the stop, and he'll have enough yardage for a 1st down.
And that's a good 2nd down run. Commit to the running game, run the football. Great game, great job by the offensive line. Keep it rolling.
As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. They get him on the ground, and with that, we'll head to the second quarter. We've reached the break, and Georgia is on top. And we've reached the end of one. Before we move on, let's take a look at our stats so far. They are lined up and ready to go and get things started here in the second. The Aggies with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. Now on the outside. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
Really good job by this defense, understanding responsibility football, playing the first option, playing the second option. There was absolutely nowhere to go. Nice job being dialed in exactly where the ball was going and how to get him to the ground.
They run into a bit of trouble here, 3rd and long from the 25, and the last thing they want is to get knocked out of field goal range. Creates a little space. Now get enough for the first down, and now they've got him for 15 yards.
It's a nice throw by the QB there. When you're throwing to running backs, you got to make it easy. So you want to put it right on their body, make the catch simple, and let them go to work like they did just there, getting that first.
And the Aggies pounded the rock to move the sticks, now back to work. Gets the back moving. Looking to pass inside the red zone. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
And screens are all about timing, right? You want to invite the defensive line to fly up the field, and then you want to throw it right over their head. And you could tell just a little bit off, and the defense got in there so quick, got the quarterback hit before he could really get his bearings and throw the screen.
So now it's 2nd and long. Looking to throw, it's unloads to the right. This time he's got it. Gets it inside the 5, down to the 4, and it'll be 1st and goal.
And you've seen these curl routes. This is a timing route. Understanding the ball's got to come out of my hand right when he hits the top of that curl. Nice job by the QB finding him. Nice catch.
So after that pick 6 on the opening drive, a chance here to get a touchdown of their own. They'll run it on 1st and goal. He's got it down to the 1-yard line right on the doorstep of Pater. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Looking for just 1 more yard. It's 2nd and goal. Quarterback sneaks it ahead. Defense grabs it. There he goes. He goes down after the short return. But what a play to get the football back.
And you want to drive a coach nuts, get in a situation where it's easy, and I just got to get a QB sneak and fall forward, and I don't take care of the football. Priority number 1, mission number 1, got to get that snap, got to fall forward. Big time mistake.
We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. They'll try to get the edge with the pass play here. You just can't go backwards. There he did, and they swarmed him for a safety. Aggies now can really generate some momentum if they turn that turnover into points. The give to the tailback. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
This offense has really struggled, and I think you're just waiting for one play, one explosive play to happen to hopefully galvanize you a bit offensively. That's not the case, and there they try to run the football in the first play of the drive, and it gets absolutely blown up for a loss.
Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. Here comes the option.
In this offense, they like their quarterback running these QB-designed runs like you saw right there, but the defense, they're going to light up every time they see him tote the rock. They know they've got an opportunity to lay a hit on him and create a takeaway like they did right there.
And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. And the last time they had the ball, they wound up giving up a safety, Jesse.
Yeah, that was ungood the last time they had it. So they got to do something here offensively to get into a rhythm, running and throwing the football. Try to find that consistency there.
And try to find something positive with this offense. Forget about the safety. Those don't happen very often. Try to get some first downs together. Get some good mojo going.
Not what they had in mind to start this drive. Here comes 2nd and 13. Hand off from the shotgun. They bring him down with a solid pickup and put them in position to pick up a first down.
Love to see this on offense early in drives. Getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
The 12th man putting a stamp on this game right now and bringing it on 3rd down. Looking to throw its Coates. Finds the tight end. That will be enough to move the chains and give them a first down in the red zone at the 14.
And it's on 3rd downs like this. If you want to attack the middle of the field, you got to look for the tight end. Really nice route. Great job looking that football in. You can tell this quarterback really has a lot of confidence when he's in the pocket looking for the big fella, and they're able to hook up there.
And the Dogs come to the line with a new set of downs. To the ground with the ball. He's pulled down after a tough run. Gets it to the 6. Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. Leaves it with the running back. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Georgia.
Yeah, and now this offense building that lead. It's still the first half, but I tell you what, shown some glimpses of why they could become a really, really good offense. Listen, you go into halftime, more of the same, right? Continue to do what you're doing, take care of the football. This offense has looked really good in the first half.
So the officials take a closer look, and the replay booth will overturn the call. Georgia heads to the line with a 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Dogs!
I love running backs that have a nose for the goal line, understand how to get there, finish strong into the end zone, know I get 6, and then go celebrate with your boys.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And after the extra point, they're on top by 12. Let's Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. Navy is trailing right now, but I'm not ready to say this team is out of it. Not after the way this group has rallied around that coach. It really has been something to watch. It's a touchdown game. They're trailing by 7 to Notre Dame. We'll circle back if anything big happens in this college football matchup.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. Nothing wrong with the touchback, and they wish they had one right now, but he stopped at the 9-yard line. They've got a little time here to put together a productive drive late in the half. The offense changing the play. Looking downfield. It's O'Neal. Fires to the wide out. Had it in his hands, and he dropped it. Thought he had another big play and interception. He'll have to settle for the PBU. It's second down.
Game's not over. Why you giving up? Game's not over. Why you giving up?
Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Second down, he'll throw it. With the catch, it's good. Across the 20, they'll mark it at the 21. It's a first down.
Well, the offense just taking what the defense gives them there. There's a lot of cushion out in coverage, so that was just too easy for the quarterback. Spits it out, and they pick up the first.
Ball spotted at the 21. It's first down. Wants to throw on first down. Takes a hit as he fires. Can't make the connection, and the defense putting on the heat and forcing the incompletion.
We just have not seen this offense look very sharp so far in this game, running or throwing it. In the second half, throwing it specifically, I think they need to find a better rhythm. They've got to find a way to get some completion strung together.
Behind the chains now on second and long. They just keep firing. Catch in the middle. Good, solid pickup on that one. They got it out to the 40, and it's first down.
Great job by the offense. Listen, if the defense is going to sit back in zone, you know what you got to do. Run those crossers across the formation. Those guys that are looking at the quarterback, they're not trying to pick up receivers all the time. Make those precise throws, right in those holes, get those first downs, get those big chunks.
Finally, this offense starting to show a little juice. They've got a first and 10. To throw, it's Hunt. It's complete on the right side. Didn't pick up a lot there. Moved it forward just a few. Quick tempo, no huddle offense. Second down, clock's running. Quarterback making checks. Second down, they'll go here. He uncrooks a bullet to the right. And they can't hook up. Going for the big play on second down. Now it's third down.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
They'll come to the line at the 42, facing a third and long. From the gun, wants to pass. And it's incomplete despite some serious arm strength shown there.
It's so nice when you know it's third and long, you know a pass is coming, you worked on it all week, get your feet set at the sticks, Understand that quarterback's got to be rushed, get him off of his spot. Nice execution by this defense.
The Aggies send out the punt team to kick it away. Catch is made at the 15. They're able to put a stop to that return right at the 30-yard line. They'll break up this drive from the 30-yard line. Off the play fake on first down.
This offensive line's got to do a better job. I mean, he doesn't even have time to go through his progressions. You got to give your QB some time. You got to make him feel comfortable. They didn't. They got in there quick, fast, and in a hurry.
They're dealing with a second and long. Wants to throw. It's Coates. Makes the grab. It's right. They'll get it to the 48. No need to measure. It's a first down. That was a nice pickup, running the drag route and finding that quiet, soft spot in the zone.
Yeah, drag routes not only work against man coverage, they work against zone too. If you can find the soft spot, the quarterback gets it to him early, he can turn that field, and you saw that right there.
Finds his man. It's right. Nice move. Creates some space. They get him down at the 36. It will be a first down. The offense will quickly use a timeout.
How about this offense? They're rolling. They got a couple first downs together. Defense. Next, what's your response? What do you got? You got to make some adjustments here.
Sends it back in motion. Wants to go up top on first down. Pressure is effective from the defense. They knock him down just behind the midfield stripe at the 48. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. The Dolphins trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Wide receiver comes in motion. Second down, they'll go to the air. Time to take a shot. And that's going to be incomplete. Good way for a broke on second down, but third down's coming up.
You hear about shot plays all the time. Offensive coordinators love to take deep shots down the field. They plan them. They plan when they're going to do them. And I bet you we'll plan to see a few more times this game.
The 12-man Hornets standing at the ready. They are bringing the heat on third down. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. Good quickness to grab it off the bounce. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. They are really starting to build momentum, and now even the bounces are going their way.
Yeah, and it's just luck. I mean, those tend to even out throughout a game. I think really defensively, just don't get frustrated. Understand that those are going to happen. We're still going to get back in this football game.
And the ball hits at the 3 and gets into the end zone. It'll be a touchback. They'll snap it from the 20 for the opening play of this drive. Looking for a man. It's Hart. Safe completion on the screen. And he was able to get away from one tackle, but plenty of help was on the way. Decent pickup on that play. Back to throw, and they've got to be aware of the call. He's taking a shot. First half turnover can swing momentum. And they come up with a big play to make sure no more points go on the board before the end of the half.
And this is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job of his decision-making.
Enough time to get off the play before we head to halftime. Secondary walks up on the line, showing press coverage. Touchdown, Bulldogs. Once he got a step, it was all over right to the house.
Well, this offense is clicking. They've been doing it all first half, running the ball, throwing the ball. They had insult to injury with another touchdown here right before teams go into the tunnel. This defense, guys, they have got to find some answers, and they've got to regroup here at halftime.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And they pick up the extra point. Kicker knocked it right down the middle. That's the kind of drive everybody loves. So see, quarterback, one snap, put it in the end zone. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Just enough time to get off one final play of the half. Throws it back. And it's picked up for the third time today. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update. The kickoff team is on the field, and we're ready to get this one underway. Fielded in the end zone, it's Williams. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone and not work out as he stopped at the 13. So here comes the Texas A&M offense back onto the field. They come into this third quarter with a lot of work they need to get done.
Yeah, and it starts with this possession. And I'm going through my piece, and this is coach speaking. Very simple. I score. I get a stop. I score. I can get back in this game, but it's got to be one drive at a time.
It's going to have to be, but I think the mindset offensively is we're probably going to have to score every time we get it because our defense has been struggling. They have not been getting a lot of stops, so this is a critical drive here for this offense.
Has plenty for the first down, and they stop him at the 28. And the Aggies want to move quickly. And that one's going to get Reveille howling a happy tune.
Reveille, the 12th man, all the swaying, the traditions when you go to an A&M game. These fans love their team, and they love playmakers that make big plays down the field.
And that is interception number 3 on the day. Good gain on the return, and this defense has set them up with a big play.
And for that quarterback, that was a good feeling that turned bad really quickly. He saw cover one. He got excited, taking a shot deep down the field. After he threw it, though, he could see the defender had better positioning than his receiver did, and that ends up being an interception.
We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. Out of the gun, the inside kick. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
And if this defense wants to get back in the football game, they've got to match the physicality of this offense. And that's a great start here in the second half. Like coming out, not letting them run the football, being the more physical and more aggressive team.
And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
And when you go into the half and you're down, like that speech is usually pretty fiery. A lot of words you need on television. And so this coaching staff probably challenged their guys, and I like the way they started this second half so far. Physically, flying around, doing a great job stopping the run. They got to play like this the rest of the game.
On 3rd and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up.
Well, this is a disappointing drive for the offense, considering where this drive started in their opponent territory. Now you're 4th and long. You've got to be better throwing the football in those types of situations.
You'd think they would have had a good chance to down that one deep, but the bounce carries it into the end zone for the touchback. Texas A&M has it back, and we say howdy to the Aggie offense again. It's a good thing to be charitable, Jesse, but I think the last couple of drives might be overdoing it a bit.
I agree, and I think at this point, David, the quarterback here, he's got to be the CEO, and he's got to really get his guys settled down. A couple turnovers in a row now. They've got to find a rhythm.
CEO, a.k.a. don't screw it up, young man. That's what it sounds like on the sidelines with the coaches. We got to stop turning the football over.
After that big gainer to open things up, they'll put it in play from the 40. Running back searching for a hole. This freshman makes the stop after a short gain.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8.
29 Philly. 2-9 Philly.
Here's the handoff. And they're able to shove him to the turf as they stop him for a short gain.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
Here we go. Here we go, set.
Using his feet. They thought they could just run it on 3rd and short, but this defense was there to make the stop. Texas A&M will have to boot it away. Second time today they've been forced to punt. And the punt hits at the 8 and goes into the end zone for the touchback. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. They missed an opportunity to extend this lead the last time they had it, Jesse.
Yeah, they got to be able to regain that momentum, right? Go back to what was working earlier on in this one. And, David, to me, that starts with being the more physical team.
Well, I definitely agree. Being the more physical team, but understanding the situation of the game. You're still winning. You got the football back. Now put a nice drive together and execute.
And I think this has probably been the most surprising thing of this game so far. This guy's one of the best running backs in the entire country. They just can't get him going. He's never been able to get into a rhythm. You got to give the defense so much credit because they have been able to shut this guy down, and they got to keep that up here in the second half.
Throws to the right out. And incomplete on the knee.
I like the idea by the offensive play call. Trying to get aggressive, trying to find and shove and play, but that time, QB and receiver can't help it.
After the second down misfire, looking at a 3rd and 8. Back to throw, it's Coates. Got his man in the middle. Really good job to pick up a chunk of yardage and get it out to the 39-yard line.
Well, this offense knew coming into this game, they wanted to try to attack the middle of the field in the passing game, and they're able to execute the in route there.
Looking for a physical attack from the gun. Fights off the defender. He'll step out of bounds just short of midfield. They'll mark it at the 49 after a good pickup on that play.
I think if you're the coaching staff, you have to like what you've seen from this guy so far in the game. He's pumped out some really nice runs. Obviously, he's already scored a touchdown. Really nice run there as well. And for me, I would...
And the defense gets home and makes a play at the 37-yard line.
And after that sack, just like that, you go from 2nd and inches to now 3rd and long. You are making it so difficult now to keep this drive alive. Great play by the defense.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and
think twice about running that route again.
Punt is in the air. Now on the return. And they'll get him on the ground as the offense comes out to start the next drive. First play of this drive comes from the 35-yard line. Looking for a man. It's Hart. Rush is on him. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
That's another example of just really good football. This is why they built the lead here in the second half. Nice job pressuring the quarterback, making him feel uncomfortable, coming into somebody else's building and keeping it really, really quiet.
They'll go to work in the air on second down. He's got an open man.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the time to be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone. That was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. And listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
Now a two-point conversion attempt coming up. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. Now the two-point conversion attempt is coming.
42 Spider. 4-2 Spider.
He's got him in the flat. He's not going to make it in, and the decision to go for two does not work out. Kickoff unit is out there again, and this crowd is feeling themselves after that last drive. On the move from inside his 5. He's able to sneak his way across the 20 and steps out at the 21. Pickup of 15.
You ain't getting by all these guys right up the middle unless your offensive line and your tight ends and everybody is putting in the work up front, committing to blocking. The running back does a great job finding the hole, exploding through. How about that nice, big, huge game? If I'm the OC, let's call that one again.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. Back to pass. It's Coates. And he was flat and missed him. Sometimes you see a guy so quick trying to baby it too much, and it was a bad throw.
And how nice is it to have the home crowd going absolutely bananas? Communication is harder. The snapping the football, everybody moving on time, man. This crowd really affected the football.
The 12th man putting a stamp on this game right now and bringing it on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. And this is going to be incomplete on third down.
Third and long situations are really hard to convert. The defense knows it's going to be passed. The pass rushers are getting out of the field. They're under pressure. They don't have timing. And as a result, now, fourth down.
Another punt on the way. Got to make make sure those hammies and glutes all activated. Don't want any muscle pulls from overuse. Plenty of time for one more snap before the end of the quarter. To the air on first down. And the pass is incomplete. It's the final play of the third quarter. Fourth quarter is coming. Well, guys, it's Georgia holding the lead at the end of the quarter. 3 quarters are in the books. Time becomes a factor both in trying to hold the lead or cut into it as we take a look at the stats. Not only is the scoreboard on their side, but so too is time as we open the fourth. It'll be second down as we open the final stanza.
Come on, set.
Some early movement along the offensive line, and they'll walk it back. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. They'll go empty. 5 wide receivers on 2nd and 15.
Jackrabbit.
To the air, it's Hart. Hart over the middle, it's Cooper. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is. A solid gain on that one, and it goes for naught as the penalty will back them up. All wideouts, no backs.
Tuna. Come on, boys. Come on. Ringo. Let's go, fellas. Fire. Reno.
Quarterback may change this route. Going to swing it on 2nd down. Unloads to the wideout. Incomplete thanks to the great defensive pressure there that sort of threw them out of rhythm.
And you've seen this formula work at all levels of football. You pressure the quarterback, his numbers start to drop. He's not as efficient. Nice job by the defense.
What are you doing? Were they even paying attention?
Got it.
You make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. 3rd and long from inside their own 20. He's looking downfield with the and it is another interception. Just a terrible struggle for this quarterback. And they'll get him down after a solid return.
It doesn't get any better for your defense. You know exactly the situation in the 4th quarter. Everything in your favor. Don't let them make big plays. How about you make a big play? Nice job getting the interception. It's not icing on the cake yet, but it's getting pretty close.
They'll give it to the back. And there was nowhere to go. Just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. We're just going to see what the offense does on this next one.
He's tackled right at the 10-yard line, and they're trying to cash in on this drive. They'll leave it with him. He's not going to make it. What a job by this defense to stop him in his tracks.
Yeah, and really good 3rd down situational defense. You know it's 3rd and long. You know the pass play is coming. Defense was ready. Nice job forcing the 4th down.
So how good you feeling right now if you're on offense in this situation? You want to just play conservative? You want to punt it over and let your defense finish out the game? Or do you trust your quarterback to go make a play and win the game right now?
So they were able to put up a 3 spot on that last drive, and now the kickoff team out there as they prepare to put boot to leather. And he's going to bring this one out. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. Texas A&M has it back in the offense, ready to go to work. He threw a pick the last time they had it. Now they have to take care of the football. Right down the middle with the catch. It's Nuke. He'll get it up to about the 32-yard line before he stopped, and it'll be first down. Texas A&M going up tempo. Give from the gun. They pick up half of it. It'll be 2nd and 5. They get to the line quickly.
Yeah, and listen, offensively, you run the RPOs. You just want positive yards, make the right read the guy. If he wants to drop back a little bit, hand it off, get some positive yards, go on to the next play.
He fires one deep down the right side. And that makes 5 interceptions in this one. The nightmare is alive. Finally brought down, but what a play, not only to get the football, but to flip the field position with the return. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. Always good to get points on a drive, David. The chip shot can lead you away.
Yeah, I think it's great to get points, but the great teams get touchdowns in the red area. You got to get out there this time and execute a little better on this drive.
You're absolutely right, David. Generally, the best red zone offenses are the ones that run the ball the best. So let's see if they can be a little bit more physical in this one.
Smart move to keep it on the ground. Touchdown, Georgia! And the pummeling has started.
And I just love what I'm seeing from this team. Like, going on the road, game 1, where you're still figuring out who you are and what you do well. Another scoring drive by this offense. Looks like they're going to get the dub in a hostile environment to start the season.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point is good. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Fellas, week to week, you just never know, which is why we're here with an update. Wake Forest is comfortably ahead on the scoreboard right now. Frankly, the kind of lead we're used to seeing on the basketball court with the Deacs. They're up by 24 over Purdue. We'll circle back. If anything big happens, you should know.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. The Texas A&M offense is back on the field. Mistakes are going to happen, as they did on that last drive. Now, how will they respond?
This is the kind of guy who's going to take full account.
Huge game. And just like they drew it up, right? Put it on the ground, get the first down. And let's hold on just a minute here as the officials are going to have a second look. So after reviewing the undisputable video evidence, the replay booth has decided to overturn the call. They'll snap it on first down from the 35.
Green 25. Go!
Use the play fake. Now the throw. He's going to be out of bounds, but not before he gets it to midfield.
This has been a frustrating day. I mean, this They haven't moved the ball consistently, and now you get a play, but they haven't put 2 and 3 and 4 plays together, and that's why they're trailing in this football game. So maybe they can find some kind of a rhythm here late in the game and get something cooking.
Now they'll try to cash in this drive. 1st and 10 from the 50. Looking to pass. It's Hart. He hurls one deep down the left side. A big-time catch along the sidelines. Got the foot down and an excellent throw, too.
And that is the exact opposite what this defense wants. When you have the lead, you can't give up an explosive play or back-to-back explosive plays. Play the coverage where you've got multiple eyes on the quarterback, dropping back, not giving up the big play.
Texas A&M back to work with another 1st down.
Let's go! Hornet!
They'll move the tight end. Coming out on 1st down on the play fake. And the rush will get to him at the 25. Texas A&M going quickly.
This quarterback has been under duress all game long. He's one of the best in the country, and he's used to having his way. He's the one who's used to dictating to opposing defenses, but that has not been the case in this game. Here we are late. He's still under pressure, taking a sack there.
Grant in the middle. Let's move it. They make the tackle, but he's got a fresh set of downs, and it's 1st and goal from the 7. The Aggies had tough field position to start this drive, but they've been relentless in moving the ball methodically. Clock stops, and we've reached the 2-minute timeout. This offense looking for anything to cut into this big lead. Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Back to pass, it's Hart. And he was will just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
And this defense has put a game together. Like, it is hard to put all the facets of defense together. Run defense, pass defense. They've been so good, man. Dialed in. You could tell they were ready. They were fast. They were physical. They dominated this football game today.
And they'll come to the line trying to take a slice out of this lead on 3rd and goal. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play.
With that last touchdown now, they're trying to create some momentum. They're trying to avoid starting the season 0-1. They know they've got a lot of work to do here in the second half, but you should be feeling pretty good about that last score. Now you've got to keep that up.
Play the analytics here, and you go for 2. He'll set up the throw. And a dangerous pass there, almost threw a pick in the end zone. The deficit is huge. This one is all but over, but they'll keep trying and line up for the onside kick. That's why they call them the hands team. They're able to secure the onside kick. First play of the drive comes from the 41. They'll keep it on the ground. They want this clock to move. Got the first down and still on his feet. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
And the defense down in this game, they just can't do anything to stop this offense at this point, Dave. Right now, they know they're going to be trying to run the football and try and ice the game, but there's nothing at this point it seems they can do.
Yeah, and it's frustrating. I got to sell out, man. I got to bring as many guys to the line of scrimmage as I can. I got to find a way to get this ball back to my offense. The clock is not my friend, and them running the football is only going to run this thing out quicker. I got to find a way to make something happen, strip the football, do something.
There, we can do it. And the Bulldogs with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. Now facing a 3rd and long. Back to throw, it's Coates. Looking left. He made the catch past the marker, also past the sideline. He's out of bounds. It'll be 4th down.
Every defense in the country talks about getting offenses in predictable 3rd and long situations where I can bring on more speedsters and I know the pass is coming so I can have more success.
Special teams coming through as they pin him back. They'll mark it dead at the 10. They'll snap it from the 10 for the first play of this drive. Off the play fake on 1st down. Here's a throw downfield late. And he dropped it. It looked for all the world like that would be a catch, and he just got too excited.
It's been tough for this QB in this one. Very small windows to throw into, and he's been under some duress as well. It's hard to find a rhythm as a QB in those types of situations, and that's why it appears as though his team's going to be leaving here with him now.
Misfired on 1st down, back to the air on 2nd. He's taking a deep shot. And they wanted it all on that incomplete pass. Instead, they're looking at 3rd down.
Well, this guy must feel like he's run into a buzzsaw in this game. He has been under duress all game long, and that's a big reason why he's thrown multiple interceptions in the game, too. Nothing coming easy to him. It's hard to see the field when your internal clock is going off so fast because of the pressure of this defense, and that's why they find themselves down by so much here in the 4th.
On 3rd and long, trying to convert through the air. He's taking a deep shot late in the game. And his it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have squeezed it.
Got to give this defense a lot of credit because even down to the last seconds of this football game, we're seeing outstanding effort. QB taking a shot down the middle of the field. There's a defender swatting it away. They have had this quarterback's number all game long, and that's why they're winning this game.
3 straight misfires has left them staring at 4th and 10, but they'll try it again.